Shh, close your eyes for just a moment. Can you hear that? The wind is whispering through the trees. The stars are beginning to glow. And somewhere in a little yellow house at the end of Meadow Lane, a little girl named Luna is sitting up in bed, too scared to turn off the light. Tonight, everything is about to change for Luna. Because tonight, something magical is coming. Luna was 7 years old, with curly brown hair and the biggest, brightest eyes you've ever seen. She loved strawberry jam on toast. She loved her cat Biscuit, who was orange and very fluffy. And she loved the daytime, when the sun was bright and everything was easy to see. But nighttime, Luna did not love nighttime. The shadows on the wall looked like monsters. The creak of the house sounded like footsteps. And the dark, oh, the dark, felt like it was full of something unknown. Luna, Mama, can you leave the big light on? Luna would ask every single night. Mama, of course, my love. But one day you'll see, the dark is not as scary as it seems. Luna would nod and pull her blanket up to her chin, but she didn't believe it, not one bit. Biscuit the cat would curl up at the end of the bed, purring softly, and that helped a little. But still, Luna kept the light on every single night, until one very special evening in the middle of summer. It was a warm Tuesday night. Fireflies, the moon was big and round and golden. Luna was lying in bed, her nightlight glowing its usual soft yellow when she heard it. Tap, tap, tap. Luna froze. Her heart went thump, thump, thump. Luna, Biscuit, is that you? But Biscuit was fast asleep, snoring gently. Tap, tap, tap. It was coming from the window. Luna pulled her blanket tighter. Her eyes went wide. Whatever was out there was small. She could see a little shadow, a tiny flickering, glowing shadow, and then she saw it, a tiny light, no bigger than a marble, soft blue and gold and shimmery, like a little star had fallen right out of the sky and was sitting on her windowsill. Tiny voice, hello? Is anyone in there? I'm ever so lost. Luna blinked. She rubbed her eyes. Was she dreaming? The little light tapped on the glass again. Tiny voice, please. It's a bit chilly out here. Luna took one very deep breath. She tiptoed to the window and opened it just a crack. In floated the most wonderful little creature Luna had ever seen. She was tiny, about the size of Luna's thumb. She had dragonfly wings that sparkled with every color of the rainbow. Her hair was made of tiny silver threads that floated around her head like a cloud. And she glowed, a soft, warm, beautiful blue gold glow. Creature, oh, thank you so much. I thought I'd have to sleep on a leaf tonight. She plopped herself down on Luna's pillow and stretched her tiny arms. Luna, who are you? Creature, I'm Glimmer. I'm a night fairy. I live in the Twilight Wood, just beyond your garden. Luna, a night fairy? Glimmer? Yes. We come out at night to light up the dark. It's our job. Every glimmer of starlight, every firefly spark, every silver shimmer on the pond. That's us, the night fairies. Luna stared. She had never heard of night fairies before, but somehow looking at Glimmer's glowing wings and kind little face, she knew it was true. Luna, but how did you get lost? Glimmer's tiny face fell. Glimmer, I was following a falling star. We always do, to collect the stardust, and I flew too far from the Twilight Wood. Now I can't find my way back. The paths in the dark all look the same to me without my friends. Luna felt something shift in her chest. Something warm. Here was a creature made of light, a creature who lived in the dark, and even she got scared sometimes. Luna, I'll help you get home. The words came out before Luna even thought about it. Glimmer, really? Oh, but it's nighttime. It's very dark outside. Luna swallowed hard. Yes, it was. Very dark indeed, but she looked at Glimmer's hopeful little face, and she made a decision. Luna, that's okay. You'll light the way, and I'll be brave. Luna slipped on her soft pink slippers and her favorite yellow cardigan. Glimmer fluttered up and landed gently on Luna's shoulder, her glow warming Luna's cheek like a tiny campfire. They crept quietly downstairs, past Mama's room, past the sleeping cat, and out through the back door into the garden. Luna stopped on the step. The garden at night looked completely different from the garden in the day. The flowers were closed up like little fists. The grass was silver in the moonlight. The trees at the far end swayed gently, their leaves whispering secrets to each other. And the sky, oh, the sky was breathtaking. Luna had never really looked at the night sky before. She had always been too busy being afraid to look up. But now, standing in her garden, she gasped. There were thousands and thousands of stars, more than she could ever count. They dusted the sky like sugar on a dark cake, twinkling and shimmering and dancing just for her. Glimmer, beautiful, isn't it? This is what the dark gives you. All the stars. You can't see them in the daytime, only in the dark. Luna breathed it all in. Luna, I never knew. Glimmer. Most people don't. They're too afraid to look. They walked slowly through the garden. Glimmer pointed out all the magical things Luna had never noticed before. A family of hedgehogs snuffling under the rose bushes. A frog sitting perfectly still on a stone like a little king. Fireflies weaving through the lavender, blinking their tiny lights and secret codes. Luna laughed softly as a firefly blinked right in front of her nose. Glimmer! That one is saying hello. Luna, hello back, Luna whispered, and the firefly blinked twice as if it understood. They reached the gate at the bottom of the garden. Beyond it lay the Twilight Wood, a beautiful tangle of silver birch trees and moonbeams and the soft sound of an owl somewhere far away. Luna, is that it? The Twilight Wood. Glimmer, yes. Oh, I can see my home from here? But Luna, the path splits 3 ways. I don't remember which one leads to the fairy ring. Luna looked at the 3 paths. One led uphill, where the trees grew tall and close together. One went down to where the stream tinkled and sparkled, and one went straight through a tunnel of silver branches that glittered with what looked like tiny diamonds. Luna, which way feels like home? Glimmer closed her tiny eyes. She was quiet for a long moment. Then her wings began to glow brighter, a deep, warm gold. Glimmer, the middle path, the one that sparkles. Luna, then let's go. They walked down the sparkling middle path together. The branches above them were hung with tiny dewdrops that caught the moonlight and sent little rainbows dancing across the ground. Luna held out her hands, and the rainbows played across her fingers. She wasn't afraid anymore. She was enchanted. And then they heard it. Music. Not like any music Luna had heard before. It was soft and sweet and sparkly, like someone was playing a harp made of starlight. Glimmer, the fairy ring, that's my home. They're celebrating tonight. It's the night of 1,000 stars. Glimmer grabbed Luna's finger and pulled her gently forward, and there it was. A perfect circle of glowing mushrooms, each one lit up from the inside with soft pink and gold light. And inside the circle, dozens of tiny fairies danced and spun and laughed, their wings painting trails of color through the air. Some played tiny instruments, a moth-wing violin, an acorn drum, a reed flute no bigger than a pin. Others scattered stardust from little pouches at their hips, sending showers of golden sparks into the night, and at the very center, floating gently, was the most magnificent sight Luna had ever seen. A single perfect star, not in the sky, but resting softly on a pillow of cloud, glowing so warmly, so gently that just looking at it made Luna feel completely and utterly safe. Glimmer, that's the heart star. It's the oldest star in the sky. Once a year, on the night of 1,000 stars, it comes down to rest, and we fairies guard it through the night. Luna, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And then all the fairies noticed them. They turned in unison, their little faces full of delight. Fairy chorus, Glimmer, you're back, and you brought a human friend. They swept around Luna in a glittering, giggling swirl, and Luna laughed, really laughed, as their tiny wings tickled her arms and their stardust settled in her hair like the softest snowflakes. Oldest fairy, young Luna, for bringing our Glimmer safely home on the most magical night of our year, we would like to give you a gift. The oldest fairy, whose wings were silver and whose hair was white as snow, floated up to Luna's eye level. She held out a tiny jar, no bigger than Luna's thumbnail, filled with the softest, most beautiful golden light. Oldest fairy, this is a jar of night light, stardust from the heart star itself. Keep it beside your bed. Whenever the dark feels too big, open the lid, just a little, and let the light out. It will show you all the beautiful things that live in darkness, the things you cannot see in the day. Luna took the jar gently in both hands. It was warm, and it glowed just like Glimmer, soft golden blue and completely, perfectly safe. Luna, thank you. I'll treasure it forever. Glimmer flew with Luna all the way back through the Twilight Wood, back down the sparkling path, back through the garden gate and through the silver grass garden. At the back door, Luna turned to say goodbye. Glimmer, thank you, Luna. You were so brave tonight. Luna, I didn't feel brave. I was scared the whole time. Glimmer, that's exactly what brave is. Doing something even when you're scared. Luna, will I see you again? Glimmer, every night. Just look at your windowsill before you go to sleep. Glimmer gave a tiny bow, her wings sparkling one last time, and then she was gone, a little streak of gold light floating back toward the Twilight Wood. Luna watched until she couldn't see the light anymore. Then she went inside, climbed the stairs, and settled back into her warm, soft bed. Biscuit woke up just enough to blink at her, then went right back to sleep. Luna placed the tiny jar of night light on her bedside table. She looked at it for a moment. Then, for the first time in as long as she could remember, she reached over and turned off the big light. The room went dark, but it wasn't scary. It was beautiful. The jar glowed its soft gold glow. A firefly blinked outside the window. The moon cast a silver stripe across the floor. And somewhere in the distance, just barely, Luna thought she could hear the faintest sound of fairy music on the breeze. Luna closed her eyes. The dark wasn't empty at all. She now knew it was full of stars and fireflies and fairies and music and hedgehogs and rainbows made of moonlight. It was full of magic. It just needed someone brave enough to look. And as Luna drifted off to sleep, she smiled the most peaceful smile she had ever smiled. Somewhere in the Twilight Wood, a tiny light blinked once, blue and gold, as if to say goodnight. Luna dreamed of fairies and starlight and the heart star, and she was not afraid. Not even a little bit, because now she knew the beautiful secret that lived inside the dark. And she couldn't wait to see it again tomorrow night. And that is the end of tonight's story. Good night, sleep tight, Crescent Moon.